Hello everyone. As we all know, sport is not only about training, competitions, fortitude, and endurance. In addition to all of the above, it is also a vivid spectacle which is watched by millions of people all over the planet. Funny, ridiculous, and even strange situations often occur in the world of sports, thus making spectators and fans laugh out loud while athletes have nothing to do but blush. Let's take a look at the most memorable moments today. Now, keep your eyes glued to the screen. During the cycling race, the athlete lost control and hit her face directly on the road surface. It's good that she was protected by a helmet at such a painful moment. The two opponents were too busy with their fight. As soon as one of them decided to attack the second, the situation turned out to be completely different. They occasionally attacked the referee. The cameraman continued filming as if nothing had happened. Apparently, this is not the first time this has happened. Additional points gave him plus 10 to the height of the jump. The girl gained good speed and was already preparing to make an enchanting pole vault when she suddenly changed her mind and decided to roll around on the trampoline. He was just ashamed to get up after such a disgrace. It's better to count it as a knockout. The trick was supposed to be very spectacular, but her attempt to stop before the fall was even more spectacular. Never judge a person only by appearance, because a strong, muscular body can hide a fragile, vulnerable, and very romantic nature. And they say beautiful girls can't be found on the road. The current situation could easily end in an open conflict. However, it's great that the guys have a sense of humor and everything managed to be transformed into a joke. And this is the case when you are so confident in your irresistibility and strength that you are ready to push your opponent to the last. Tell her already that you need to overcome the bar from above and not from below. A series of simply incredible jumps was performed by a very young athlete, and even a slightly unsuccessful finish does not spoil the impression of her performance. Do you agree? It is rare to see such interaction and a kind attitude towards each other immediately after a fight in the ring. And another player even came to help him, of course because he still wants to win. The man has a good reaction, and he is afraid for his balls. This is not the kind of sport where you need to hold on to the last. In any situation, it is necessary to remain human and never turn away if someone needs help. It feels like she changed her mind at the very last moment. The tennis player on the court clearly knows how to attract attention to herself. That's why she decided to pretend to be another athlete with big shapes. Out of desperation, one of the players right on the court decided to show his butt to the opponent. But who would have thought that such a ridiculous strategy would work so well? As for me, even just walking through a thing without falling is already a great achievement. Well, if you also need to perform gymnastic tricks, then it's generally difficult to imagine how to stay on your feet. And although the long jump turned out to be extremely unsuccessful for this beautiful girl, the audience admired her gorgeous form. And this is the case when you want to do everything perfectly, but it turns out a totally opposite way. There's a huge black athlete running at you. Where? On the other side. I wonder if she is often so lucky with a tennis ball. Judging by the reaction of the girl, this is not the first time this has happened to her. Looking at the current situation on the field during a football match, you realize that you would never like to be in the place of that poor guy in a white uniform. And here is another obviously injured football player, yet she's very happy. Apparently, it was not for nothing that she had to suffer pain in her butt. This is what a real surprise looks like. The girl even lost the power of speech after the blow and quickly left without finishing her interview. Did these two guys have a duel on the field or a circus performance? Trying to stop the car on the road right during the race is incredibly stupid. After all, who wants to lose in a competition for the sake of a stranger's interests? As it turned out, there are still good and decent people in our world who are ready to lend a helping hand in a difficult situation. No comments here. Winners shall not be judged. This girl is very playful while adjusting her uniform and warming up. You might even think that she is somewhere in front of the pool and is going to rest. What should one do if the pole suddenly broke? That's right, you need to fall down as astonishingly as possible. He has just lost something truly important, so it's not worth going to the rink at all. They simply removed a competitor. Cute cats can decorate absolutely any sport. Do you agree? Undoubtedly, only physically strong and hardy guys can play American football, and all because getting injured in this sport is easier than ever. Well, this is already a top-level skill. While one player is sweating and thinking about how he can beat his opponent, the other is cooling off on a chair, methodically beating off blows. Probably the joy of your own achievement should look like this, but the expression on the face of this young lady at the moment of acceleration before the jump turned out to be even more memorable. And here is another successful jump by another athlete, and it looks no less impressive. The stars of basketball teams, fortunately, have a great sense of humor, and I'll tell you more, they really like to make fun of each other. What could be better than a great performance at competitions? That's right, only some crazy act of an athlete after his personal victory.